What's going on, everyone? My name's Garrett. I'm a full-time 7-figure Amazon seller. And in today's video, I want to give you guys some helpful tips in regards to retail arbitrage. And hopefully the goal with this video is by the end of the video, you will have some actionable tips to go out there and start crushing it because a lot has changed in the retail arbitrage game. So I'm still actively doing retail arbitrage as a part of my Amazon business. So I've seen the different trends, the ups, the downs, and just kind of what it used to be like, what it's like now. I've been doing this for 5 years, so I have a lot of different kind of tips and strategies that have worked for me, and I want to share those with you guys in this video. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. I talk about all things Amazon here on this channel, so if you're looking to grow and start a successful Amazon business, definitely consider subscribing. But let's hop right on into it. If you're like myself and have been doing retail arbitrage for a while, like I got into the game probably about 6 years ago now at this point. When I first started retail arbitrage, I want to tell you guys one thing, right? You're probably still hearing these same things today. A lot of people, when I first started, were saying retail arbitrage is dead, right? There's no way you can make money with retail arbitrage. The Amazon opportunity in terms of arbitrage is over. It doesn't work anymore, so on and so forth. You guys probably hear some of that same stuff as well today. You have people on the internet saying arbitrage is dead, it doesn't work. Well, I've been doing it successfully for 6 years, but there has been some major changes. So to give you guys a backstory, when I first started arbitrage, you could literally walk into almost any store like a Marshall's, a Ross, a TJ Maxx, Walmart clearance section, and you could fill carts up with product just easily, right? So much stuff was profitable. It was so easy. You could go into Marshall's, fill up 5-6 carts full of profitable items and just absolutely crush it, right? It really wasn't hard at all. You could just walk into the store. There was tons of products and you could pretty much spend as much money as you had to spend, right? This was 6 years ago. Nowadays, if you're getting to the arbitrage game, you're probably going to some of these stores and going, hey, I'm scanning a ton of stuff. There's just not a lot of profitable items. And the main reason for that, guys, is one, there is more competition out there, but two, a lot of these stores have kind of noticed that arbitrage people are doing this and they have raised their prices, right? We're seeing Walmart and stores like that aren't as aggressive on their clearance prices. So a lot of times you'll see they're giving like 10-15% off in their clearance sections. Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx, all these stores have raised their prices. Different outlet malls like the Nike outlet, the Nike clearance store, they have raised their prices. They've set limits on how much you can buy. And put different restrictions around bulk buying in terms of like when I first started at the Nike outlet, there was really not a whole lot of restrictions. You could go in, almost every shoe was profitable and you could spend up to $5,000 per transaction. Now, a lot of that has changed due to the fact of just different variables that have gone on over the years. So when I started, it was way easier. Like I said, I'm not even going to lie about that. Retail arbitrage was so much easier to make like a lot of money very easily 6 years ago than it is today. But the reason why I think it's almost a better opportunity now is because it's almost created a higher barrier to entry, right? Not anyone can go out there and do retail arbitrage and make a ton of money if they aren't willing to consistently put in the work to learn the skills in order to do that, right? There's a lot more skill involved in arbitrage now than there was 6 years ago. So in this video, I'm going to be kind of going into different kind of skills you can learn or different strategies to help you be more successful. Because guys, when there's an opportunity to make money, eventually over time, real business people are going to come and explore that opportunity. It's going to become more competitive and it's just not going to be as easy for the general population, right? And that's kind of what we've seen happen in the Amazon space. A lot more high-level business professionals have jumped into the Amazon space and started treating it like a business and not really a side hustle. The first thing we want to do is start treating arbitrage, if that's going to be your chosen business model to start with, treat it like a business. This isn't a side hustle. If you want it to be a side hustle, you can make a little money here and there, but it's not going to be consistent and you're just not going to ever actually crush it, guys. Step number one is treat this like a business, right? When you treat it like a business, you're going to have a lot more consistency. You're going to build those relationships inside of that business, whether that's with store managers, that know you're consistent. They know you're a buyer, you're respectful to them. They want to sell to you versus other bulk buyers who are entitled, all that stuff. Be respectful to the employees. Try to have small talk, be friendly with them. If you're friendly with these employees and you make their job as easy as possible being a bulk buyer, they're gonna like you over the other bulk buyers. I've proven this myself. There's store managers in my local area where there's tons of other bulk buyers that go to these stores, but they call me first because I'm respectful. I buy stuff, I don't play around, I don't return stuff, all that crazy stuff. So treat these stores with respect. There's one tip for you guys. The second tip, guys, if you want to be successful with doing retail arbitrages, you have to start learning that there are sales cycles, right? Whether that's end of month clearance at the different outlet malls. A lot of times, like at Nike outlets, every Thursday there's a start to a new sale, so it might be 20% off clearance. This week it's 30% off your entire purchase. Usually every single Thursday at the Nike outlet, they start a new sales cycle. So whichever stores you are sourcing, maybe it's even Costco where they have their deals, $4 off if you buy 5 of these, or $4 off this item, $5 off that item. Whichever stores you are going to be consistently sourcing, learn their sales cycle so you can be the first one in to take advantage of that. You want to know when they're marking down items every month. You want to know when their new inventory is coming in. You really want to learn these stores inside and out. And a lot of time the employees and the managers will give you this information, right? Go to Ross, ask the managers, hey, when are your guys' weekly markdowns? Oh, we do markdowns on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those are the days you want to be sourcing at that store, Ross. If Ross is doing markdowns Tuesdays and Thursdays, you want to plan your Tuesdays and Thursdays around sourcing Ross to try to get those markdowns. Nike outlets, if you want to go on Thursdays to see what the new sales cycles is, get your product list in line, source that Thursday, and then whether you want to get a helper, go hit those stores all weekend and get those items and get as much inventory as possible. Having a set plan around the different sales, knowing when the different sales are going to happen, knowing when markdowns are going to happen, knowing when their new inventory is going to get put on the floor. These are all things you want to be learning about if you're planning on having a successful retail arbitrage business. And this really just comes down to, you can't just go into these stores and wing it anymore. I mean, you can, but you're not going to have a high level of success. If you're someone who actually wants to build a great income around doing retail arbitrage, you're going to have to start learning these things and taking the time. And remember, guys, this isn't going to happen overnight. This isn't going to happen in 30 days. This is something you're going to have to keep showing up and doing consistently, one day, 1 month after another. And hopefully if you're in the business for a year or longer, you're going to start noticing these trends. You're going to start learning these different cycles of different sales cycles in stores. You're going to build those relationships. So then you can really start building a system around your sourcing, right? You don't want to be going in blind. You want to know exactly what you're doing and what your strategy is behind sourcing these retail stores. Second thing is, guys, is I know a lot of resellers in my area that are just lazy, right? And you want to know which stores are accepting resale certificates. So like the Nike outlet in my area, I'm pretty sure it does it countrywide, they accept resale certificates now. So you're saving on sales tax. There's so many resellers that I see on a weekly basis that just don't want to get a resale certificate. So they're paying an extra 8% more than I am, okay? Make sure you're not being lazy. Learn which stores are going to accept resale certificates. Adidas does, Nike does, Burlington Coat Factory does, Costco does, all these different stores. You can be getting tax exempt and saving on sales tax. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm telling you that 8% over a year period is going to drastically affect your profitability, and it makes you more competitive as a seller because you're getting those products and not paying sales tax on it, where a lot of the other lazy resellers are paying sales tax. So you have that one slight advantage. Another tip is, guys, learn how you can manufacture margin into buying these products. So like I said, learning the sales cycles. Maybe there's a week sale going on where you're getting product for cheaper than it normally is. You're building in that additional margin. Trying to find coupons you can use, right? Some stores will allow you to use coupons, right? We might be using credit cards and earning cash back. Some credit cards offer more cash back than others. I know a lot of people, sometimes if you're just like a part-time reseller going to the Nike outlets, the Apple credit card a lot of people use because it gets 4 to 6% cash back. I don't know exactly because I don't even have one, but just learning the different credit cards that will benefit you in earning cash back. Learning stores' different rewards programs. Like I've bought in a lot of Clark's shoes, and they have a program where you spend 200 bucks and you basically get like $20 worth of credit to spend at the store. So that's an extra 10% on top of the money that I'm already spending. So learning your different stores' programs. Sometimes they send you coupons, sometimes they let you earn rewards points that can be used, so on and so forth. These are all ways to build and manufacture margin into your product purchases. And lastly, guys, I feel like if you're taking Amazon seriously, people's goal should be to add, if you're doing arbitrage and selling name brand product, is add wholesale as a part of your business model or online arbitrage, right? Finding ways where you can scale out certain products. So if you find a product at a certain store and you can only get your hands on so many, can you buy that on their website? Can you reach out to the manufacturer or distributor and try to open a wholesale account? Our goal is to scale a business. So once you find products that are good or certain types of products, we want to then try to scale that out, right? Get more units. You can only get so many units in store versus where online arbitrage, you can kind of work your way around ordering a lot more units. Wholesale, you can order pallets of product, so on and so forth. So keeping that in mind and learning like, hey, my goal should be is to scale this business. How do we scale this business? Is getting our hands on more inventory. And the thing about retail arbitrage is we're kind of limited on how deep we can go on certain items just because we're limited to how much inventory is just in our area, right? So keeping in mind that there's other available options to source products via online arbitrage and getting into the wholesale game. So over time, you should try your best to work that in, and you're gonna be learning a lot about different products and different categories by doing retail arbitrage. You're gonna be learning how much it costs to ship certain items, how much a return rate is based on different categories. So you're gonna learn a lot doing retail arbitrage. So you should take the skills you learn and try to find business models like OA and wholesale, which are a bit more scalable than retail arbitrage. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope those are some tips that you can, put into action with retail arbitrage. It's not the same as it used to be, but that does not mean you can't get out there and crush it. I still crush it with retail arbitrage, and I know a lot of people that do as well. So you're just gonna have to, have a bit more of a plan of action going into doing retail arbitrage versus where you could have just 5 years ago go to any store and find a bunch of products. So things have changed, but that does not mean the opportunity still isn't there. You just have to be more diligent about what you're doing and have a set plan when you're going out and sourcing, doing retail arbitrage. But if you liked any of the stuff in this video, definitely consider joining the family and subscribing. Leave a like on this video and let me know down in the comment section if you have any other tips. We're all here to help each other out. So if you have any tips, if you've been doing retail arbitrage for a long time and you want to help other people watching this video, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a comment as well. But that'll wrap it up for this one, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.